My parents also were a bit afraid when I left to India.
A lot of Europeans, they have, a lot of misconceptions about India.
Yeah, I was really okay, I'm going to India, it's going to be a lot of adventure, very risky. Honestly, it's pretty smooth. Sometimes it's even better than France, the transport.
Right.
For example, the subway in Delhi is better than in Paris. We don't have this in France. So I was like, okay, maybe we need to chill, India is also advanced on many things.
Yeah, of course, now it's progressing.
Sometimes people come to me taking pictures, so you feel like, okay, I don't understand really why. Mm-hmm. Maybe because people are not used to see white people. That's why I like India also as well, because when you are in India, you can basically go from one experience to another. It could be totally different very fast.
Whenever you visit different states, it's like visiting different countries in India. I've heard this, that French people are very rude. Is it true?
Even for me, it's hard for me to connect with other people from Paris sometimes, because they stay in their own little group,
So in Paris, people are rude.
Civilization of India is crazy. I was so surprised when I read about it. Something that I'm not aligned with my country, and that's why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't like my country. I miss it sometimes. Indians were behaving not in a nice way, proper way with girls.
So European girls, they don't like Indian men. Tell me one misconception which you had, and when you came over here, the thing was totally different.
I think the transport. I was afraid with the transport.
Tell me about Indian girls now. How do you find them?
My favorite experiences in India were Udaipur, Pushkar, and also Rishikesh.
Kasol is known for parties.
Yes, exactly.
And a lot of other things, of course. Usually they say, when you're an Indian and you want to meet people from all over the world, go to Pushkar. It's
maybe one of the most authentic experiences we'll have. It's not in Thailand that we'll have this experience, it's in India. So come here, but not too much, because I want to preserve the authenticity of the country, so don't come too much.
Hi bro, how are you first of all?
Very nice.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was really nice catching up with you in Rishikesh, first of all. So I'll ask you, how has your trip been so far in India?
Honestly, very, very good. It's been 1 month and a half here.
Okay.
I think I will stay even 2 months more, or 2 months and a half more.
So how are you liking it so far?
It's very nice, very diverse. I have the chance to go to Rajasthan.
Right.
So I arrived in Delhi. Then I did a tour of Rajasthan with Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur, Udaipur, Pushkar.
Right.
Then go back to Delhi.
Right.
I checked on Agra for the Taj Mahal.
Amazing.
And then I went up to Himachal Pradesh.
Oh wow, whereabouts?
In Manali and Kasol.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm finally in Rishikesh for the past 4 days.
Amazing. Bro, first of all, tell us about yourself. Tell the audience,
Sure.
Yeah, introduce
My name
yourself.
is Kevin. I'm 29 years old. I was working before 3 years in investment banking at JP Morgan in Paris.
Okay.
After 3 years, I really wanted to travel. Even before JP Morgan, I really wanted to travel in Asia. I had a one-way ticket to Bangkok, but I received a full-time offer to JP Morgan 3 years ago, so I accepted it.
Wow.
But now it's been 3 years, and I was like, okay, now it's time to finally do something I really wanted to do before, meaning traveling. And I wanted to start with India.
Amazing. So you quit the job?
Yeah, I quit my job.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen this a lot in the foreigners. I see a lot of people traveling here.
Yeah.
What they do is they quit their job and they travel here for months, for years.
Yeah.
It's pretty common. It's a very Western concept.
Yeah.
Because Indians, usually it's not we want to be very secure.
Yeah.
So it's we don't want to leave our job. We just want to keep working, and along with it, all the other things.
But I feel the difference between India and France, for example, or European countries, it's that we are not as bound to our families as you. I'm an only child from an only child family, so I'm...
Me as well.
You too? Which is rare in India.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm really connected to my parents, but very early you move out of your family.
Right.
So at 18 years old, I was studying alone in Paris. And I don't know if it's good or bad. There are some positive and negative. But very fast, you want to extract yourself from where you are to see the world and trying to understand it better.
Right.
So that's why many people, especially Germany or more than France, for example, German people are they have a gap year. They use 1 year just to travel.
Right.
And I think it's great.
Amazing. So you're proper French.
Yeah, I'm French. 100%
Nice.
French.
Nice. Because I've seen like even I do have a lot of friends who keep traveling over here to India, and they also say this. Like you guys, you're very attached to your families.
Yeah.
And like if I say I want to travel for a year, I want to go abroad and I want to travel for a year, probably my parents would be like, bro, hang on, you can't go. So it's like that. Like still our parents, they have some sort of authority, even if we are old enough to carry ourselves, but still like it does happen in India.
But just to say, my parents also were a bit afraid when I left to India.
Right.
So they all have expectations on you, but your job as an adult is to like make your own decision and decide for yourself, because they don't know what you feel, what you think, what your principles are.
Right.
So they could be a model to help you build something, but they will never be. You are who you are. Like you're not them.
Right.
So also in India, I understood like 70% of people are living in not in the city. So also they have to help their parents with the work.
Right.
Which is not the case in France. Like most of people in France live in the city, and they work in not in the industry or agriculture, but in services activity.
Okay.
So we don't help our parents for farming
Money,
or anything like this, which is a big switch between our two. Like it's a big difference between our two countries.
True.
Also. But it slowly start to change in India.
Yeah.
Slowly becoming a country with more services and more technology.
Yeah, of course,
and so
of course. Definitely it is.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you one thing. So you're from Europe. So a lot of Europeans, they have, a lot of misconceptions about India.
Yeah.
Like, it's not safe or it's not a good place to go.
Yeah.
A lot of misconceptions.
Yeah.
So like, what did you think before coming to India? Did you have any sort of, misconception or anything? How did it change your mindset overall when you arrived in India, and like before coming over here, what were you thinking?
But first of all, it can happen not only with India. Like it happened for me, for example, to Brazil or Mexico. People tell you, "Oh, it's horrible. You have violence there." But usually, people who say that they've never traveled there, so they just heard something somewhere. You don't know where, but they have a preconceived idea or something. But I heard like from my father, who traveled to India 40 years ago, that it would be terrible in terms of transport, for example.
Okay.
Because 40 years ago, like when you were waiting for the train.
40 years ago.
You were waiting for the train, like the train could be late like for 1 or 2 days sometimes. And when it arrived, like it was full of people on the train. You couldn't get inside. Like it was very difficult.
Right.
But when I arrived there, honestly, I was really like I'm going to India, it's going to be a lot of adventure, very risky. Honestly, it's pretty smooth. I travel mostly with bus and train. It's not a lot of, sometimes it's even better than France, the transport. For example, the subway in Delhi is better than in Paris, like really.
Or in subways
Jaipur.
in Delhi?
So subway in Delhi, and even I went to Agra and also to Jaipur. Subway was perfect.
Awesome.
Like very efficient, very clean, and very safe. Even for women, I was really surprised. Like you have dedicated place for women in buses and in train.
In metros,
Metros.
in train.
And we don't have this in France. So I was like, okay, maybe we need to chill. Like India is also advanced on many things.
Yeah, of course. Now it's progressing.
Yeah,
and I think now if your dad visits again,
I would be shocked. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So tell me, like before India, have you visited any other Asian country?
Asian country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Shanghai with my best friend. It was in 2013.
Right.
So a long time ago.
How was it?
Very nice experience. You feel like, first time I felt like overwhelmed by people, because you are surrounded with people and you are the only white guy in the street. So people are a bit like surprised. A bit like in Delhi, like for me it was a bit the same feeling. But totally different country and very interesting.
Have you ever thought of visiting Pakistan?
Pakistan, yeah, why not? Why not? Honestly, why
really?
not? We were not visiting Pakistan, of course. I met a guy in Delhi from UK. He was going to Pakistan. yeah, why not Pakistan? Could be a beautiful country as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So tell me now, like, of course, you've been traveling around. You must have met a lot of people. Like, how has the experience been with Indian people so far?
I don't know.
Did you, first of all, did you feel like a superstar or not?
In Delhi a little bit when I was visiting some monuments like Qutub Minar or like the small Taj Mahal. I don't remember the name, but
I guess Humayun tomb.
yes, Humayun tomb.
Right.
Exactly. Sometimes people come to me taking pictures, so you feel like, okay, I don't understand really why.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because people are not used to see white people or
Yeah.
something like this.
Mm-hmm.
But in China, it happened also to me.
Okay.
Like people were taking picture of me, so it's not just
Because a
Indian.
lot of people, they tell me, like a lot of foreigners, they have come on my podcast also, a lot of foreign guests. So they tell me that, like a lot of times people are like, one selfie, madam, one selfie.
Yeah.
And they like just feel,
Yeah.
they're like, oh my God, we feel like superstars.
Now I'm asking rupees for selfies. Like, you want selfie? How many rupees you want? No, just kidding, just kidding.
Right.
So Indian people, I think, doesn't mean anything because India is so huge. Like you have people from Delhi, for example. You have people from Rajasthan. You have people from South India.
Right.
People from North India. So in Himachal Pradesh, they were different.
Diverse.
Also from people from the Seven Sisters.
Right.
Even physically, people change. Like
Yeah.
even the skin color is not the same. Even
Exactly.
the languages, even the dialect, even the way to think. So that's why I like India also as well, because when you are in India, you can basically go from one experience to another. Like it
Right.
could be totally different very fast.
Exactly.
When I was in Jaisalmer, it was the desert. Then I go to Himachal Pradesh. It was the
Mountains.
Himalayas, the mountain. Now I'm next to the Ganja. It's another another vibe.
Right. Like
So,
it's very
globally
diverse.
good.
Yeah.
Globally a good experience. People are very curious. So they always smile to me, very nice with me. And honestly, it's nice because when I'm in France, like people don't say hello to me, like
Yeah.
you're in Paris, like people don't say hello or here they say, hey,
I'll come
what's
on to this
up?
question. Yeah.
They say, hey, hello, what's up? Where are you from? So they're very curious and it's like nice, like to feel that people are curious about you.
Yeah.
Like you feel a bit like special
Right.
and it's nice. It's nice.
Right.
And also, of course, in terms of spiritual experience, I wanted to come to India because a lot of people told me not to come to India, so I wanted to check by myself. But also because religion is still very rooted
Yeah.
in your country, and I feel that material things like having money is nice. It's sometimes the minimum, but at the same time, like you need to find some meaning or something a bit more spiritual, a bit above all that physical world, because
Right.
it's a bit empty otherwise.
A lot of people, they come to find themselves over here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Rishikesh is very spiritual.
Yeah.
And as you were talking about the different states, so I feel that, when you go to whenever you visit different states, it's like visiting different countries in India.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's very diverse.
true,
A lot
that's
of
true.
people are different everywhere.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say, it's like we are visiting a different country when we are going to another state.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So you were telling me, of course, you're from France. So I've heard this, that French people are very rude. Is it true?
Okay, so same as Indian, French people is different in the north, different in
Yeah.
Paris, different in the south.
Okay.
I heard a lot of also feedback on Parisians that are rude. I think we can say that's true. People are rude because usually they are very close-minded. I think they are not curious about foreigners. They are also a bit they think they are above people who are foreigners, like Asian people, for example, and you have a bit of racism distilled
Okay.
in this, but also Parisian means so many things. You have people from Morocco in Paris. You have people from Algeria. You have people from Africa in general.
Right.
You have people from everywhere in Paris. So yeah, you have this vibe of people staying together. Even for me, it's hard for me to connect with other people from Paris sometimes,
Right.
because they stay in their own little group.
So in Paris, people are rude. Is it
I
true?
wouldn't say rude, but not open-minded.
Yeah.
And
Language,
a bit
they're very, how do you say?
arrogant. I think they think they're the best. I think.
Yeah.
Like, of course, we have good taste and we have good food and the city is beautiful and so on. But like, chill. Like, you have also many different countries, cities that are, and with beautiful civilization, like India, for example.
Right.
The civilization of India is like crazy. Like, I was so surprised when I read about it.
Right.
And so diverse and so interesting. So yeah, I think we need to be more open to things, and it's something that I'm not aligned with my country, and that's why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't like my country. I miss it sometimes, but yeah, I'm very happy to meet also new people. So that's why I'm
What
here.
do people think about Indian people over there?
My experiences was that I was when I was in business school. So I studied in business school finance to go into banking and so on. I was dealing with, so I was working with a bunch of French people to welcome international and to help them to integrate.
Okay.
And there were a lot of people from Asia, notably Indian, of course, and Chinese.
Right.
I had like a bit negative feedbacks, especially from girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Indian were behaving not in a nice way, proper way with girls. Yeah. I got like a lot of bad feedback on this. So I feel that, and also in India, by the way.
Okay.
I feel that many girls don't feel safe, especially for example in Delhi. They feel touched. They touch like men like just decide they can touch girls like this. In France, for example, if you do that, it's more and more like we still have this in France, but it's more and more serious. Like we judge it really badly. We shame people who do this. Here it's still like okay, you know, to allow yourself touching girls or acting in a certain way with them. Like
Women's
thinking
safety is an issue.
like thinking woman is below men is something a bit rooted, I think, still in India.
I think that's
places.
more often like rural places or small cities, like, you know.
Probably.
Yeah, I think this ideology is still, it does prevail, but it doesn't prevail in every part of India.
Of course.
You know, like now people are getting more brains.
Aware, yeah.
And, you know, they are progressing and they're learning.
Of course.
So I feel, I think this is a thing. But you told me, you can tell us again. So European girls, they don't like Indian men.
No, it's not they don't like Indian men. They just like didn't like the way they behave towards them, like being very insistent,
right,
and not understanding the dynamic you should have with a woman. You know.
So you mean they kind of judge them, like it's.
Yeah, but they didn't judge them. Like it just was fact. It was fact. Like I got like really bad feedbacks on it. So when you got it once, okay, maybe it's something not normal, but then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, then it becomes a rule, and then you have a bad impression on Indians. But of course, when you come here, I met a Danish girl who lives in Delhi, who has many male friends who are Indians. It's fine, like of course. But because you have this experience, then you consider this experience as a rule,
right?
And then you think that Indians are like this, you see, like yeah. So, yeah, I think I heard a bit of this. Then it's not particularly around about India, but people in France are sometimes still like too close-minded when about people from Asia, or I feel. But also, it's very generalized statement. You have different people. So you have people more open, more aware, and you have people a bit dumb. So you cannot do anything for that.
Tell me one misconception which you had. And when you came over here, like the thing was totally different.
I think the transport. I was afraid with the transport, and honestly, it's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth, and also I thought it would be like much more crowded.
Okay.
Like I imagine I would be like all the time, which is true in some places. Like, but still in Paris. In Paris, I'm very crowded. Like I'm in crowded place a lot in subway, for example.
Right.
So this was a misconception, I think, and that is not safe and so on. Like I think it's pretty safe.
But are you liking it over here?
Yeah, I love it. I'm staying maybe 2 more months, so I think I like. Otherwise,
amazing.
I would leave.
Amazing. And like, what are your plans after this?
I'm going to Lucknow for 3 days, and because I'm heading to a Vipassana retreat.
Oh right, in Kerala.
No. In the north. So after Lucknow, so after Delhi,
Okay.
and after Lucknow, you have another city called Gaya. And next to Gaya, you have a Dhamma called Dhamma Bodhi, where we'll stay like 10 days to do Vipassana meditation.
Right. Tell me about Indian girls now. How do you find them?
Oh yes, Indian girls are very direct. I was so surprised about that. They don't act like men, you know, like saying what they think or what they want to do and things like this.
They don't approach you.
They don't approach that. But here, I feel they are more at ease with this. And I was like, wow, okay, crazy. No, I was also, it's another misconception I had about this.
Tell me any such experience.
For example, I was in on dating app.
Okay.
I received like some messages like very straightforward from girl, and I was like, normally that's men who do this, like a bit like a little bit out of tune, you know, like a bit straightforward, like a lot. Right. I was like a bit surprised, like.
So you were happy about it, or you were like?
I'm like, okay, why not? No, I'm like, okay, why not? No, that's good. I think like that's good if girls want to express themselves in a way, like go for it, girls.
everyone likes girls who are direct.
Yeah, like it's good if they think it's good for them, like they should be able to do it. Yes.
Awesome. So basically, you came to Rishikesh not to visit any ashram, just to chill. Is it like that?
Yeah, I just wanted to, after Himachal Pradesh, I just wanted to be in a place where I can just swim in the
Okay. So I want to ask you about Himachal Pradesh now.
Okay.
Like, which one do you like better? Like, you like Himachal better, or?
Everybody tell me they prefer Himachal Pradesh and the mountains, but I prefer cities with water.
Yeah.
So I like, my favorite experiences in India were Udaipur, Pushkar, and also Rishikesh.
Right.
Like when you have water, every time it's more chilled. People are loose, like more chill. And I love water. I think I'm a guy from the water, not from the mountains.
Right.
So.
Okay. So, but tell me, in Himachal, what all places did you go to?
I went to Kasol and to Manali.
Okay.
I stayed a lot in Manali.
Yeah.
And in Manali, so in Kasol, a lot of parties there.
Yeah.
You can check on YouTube.
Kasol, right? Yeah. Kasol is known for parties.
Yes, exactly.
And you know, a lot of other things. Of course.
So I was not looking for this. So I stayed a little bit. I did 1 or 2 parties, but then I went to Manali to see another city, and I met a lot of Israelis. Like basically, it's I thought I was in Tel Aviv in India for some days, like which was nice because I had the opportunity to.
Yeah, a lot of Israelis are there in Himachal.
Yes.
They actually live over there. There are Israeli colonies over there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's they usually say that you know, Israelis, it's compulsory for them to go to war, especially for men.
Most of them are out of war.
So after their, you know, after that period of time, they come over here to India, and they live like they prefer living over here.
Yeah, exactly.
For long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is good and bad, I think, because I want to be with. So I was with Indians a lot in Manali, which was nice. I was with a son of a shepherd.
Okay.
So totally different from my life in Paris.
Right.
Very nice people. Really giving. So it was good.
Amazing. Because a lot of people over here, I've heard, like when they come to Rishikesh, either they are joining a yoga course, you know, or they are coming for some sort of retreat. So usually people just come to, you know, find themselves, or just for the spiritual purpose. It usually happens like that.
Yeah, but I think it was the same also in Pushkar.
Okay.
But I preferred Pushkar because Pushkar was a very small city.
Okay.
I met like a lot of gypsies and very people that you don't usually meet in cities, in big cities, and I don't know, it was something special. Also had a very nice experience one night. With a guy who told me to come join him to meet his friends who were playing guitars.
Okay.
And suddenly, so we sat there, and 2 other guys from Europe came, older people like 35, 40 years old. And my friend started to play guitar. He was okay, like not the best guitarist, but he was doing some sound. It was nice. Then they give the guitar to the girl, very good guitarist, like very technique. And then they give the guitar to one of the Indians who was there, a young guy. He was a bit shy at the beginning, and then he started to do it.
Right.
And suddenly, I don't know, it was crazy. Like suddenly, like there were like 6-7 other Indians from probably Pushkar that came, and they started to sing a Shiva song, and
Right.
it was like the most beautiful thing
Yeah.
I've heard. Like I was like, wow, the
It's very
Indians are
famous.
so good with their voice.
Yeah.
Like you know how to sing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Bollywood who push you to do this, but like no, you know how to make music.
Right.
It's nice.
Because usually they say, you know, when you're an Indian
Yeah.
and you want to meet people from all over the world,
Yeah.
go to Pushkar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. It was
A
nice.
lot of foreigners, people coming
Yeah.
in from all over the world.
Exactly.
Over there. It's pretty happening over there.
Yeah. It's a hippie mood.
Yeah. Right.
It's nice.
Do you want to say something to people from your country, you know, if they want to visit India because of the misconceptions they have? You
Sure,
want to clear
sure.
them?
Guys, like from France, from Europe, just go to India, make your own mind. And I think we'll have the most beautiful experience you probably have in your life. Because it's maybe one of the most authentic experience we'll have. Like it's not in Thailand that we'll have this experience, it's in India. So come here, but not too much because I want to preserve the authenticity of the country, so don't come too much. Yes.
Okay, Kevin, thank you so much again for joining me, man.
It was a pleasure, bro.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, you know, meeting you over here, and we had a really nice chat.
Yeah.
And thank you so much again, and
Welcome.
thank you so much, guys, for watching. With this, we'll end the podcast, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much, guys.